On today's episode of the Jamaican cooking journey, I'll be sharing with you brown stew fish slice. You could use any fish. I'll be using these two slices and that chunk part down there which I like so much, and some Tun Cornmeal. Now, so I have right here some, this is about, I don't think it's fully a pound, it's shy of a pound. So I've done quite a few Tun Cornmeal videos, and I'll leave a link to a few of them. I think I've done one that I incorporated the callaloo in there. It looks so colorful, so I will leave the link for you in case you don't get the full explanation of it in this one. So okay, so right here I have got some scallion. This is my coconut milk, freshly squeezed. You can use the tin one too. Some scallion, you could use some fresh thyme, but I'm using some that thyme there. This is this other thyme. Some people say it's oregano, but I'm not sure if it is French thyme. To this I'll be adding a few soaked raisins. Just you want to use that. At this point I want to flavoring up. I'm going to be putting some salt at this point to taste, and as before I put in my cornmeal, I'll try to see if I have the right salt perfection. My flame is on. Some garlic, and extra for me, you're gonna put grated, you can put smashed garlic powder, garlic minced garlic, whatever you want to put. I like to go a little extra with my garlic, so do you. I'm gonna leave it to come to a boil, and then I'll taste. To remember, you're leaving coconut milk to come to a boil, so you really want to cover it full. You want to cover it half of the way, because if this coconut milk boils and comes up to the top, comes right over, then your flavor is lost. I'm going to be now preparing my cornmeal to go into my coconut milk, and I'm going to be using a little water to soften my cornmeal, not a lot. Just like how you would mix your cornmeal out, well, you would mix it out more for your porridge. You just want to get this all softened, because I'm not sure of the nature. Some of these cornmeal nowadays, them, you know, not the type that I'm used to. Maybe I'm outdated or something like that. Probably I'm thinking that I'm the problem and not the cornmeal. So I'm just gonna try to soften this cornmeal. I don't want to put it in there just like that. You see, it doesn't even have body coming together, but I'm gonna soften it. I don't want to have it all wet, so I'm gonna get it all softened while my coconut milk is coming to a boil. So I want to make sure that all of the cornmeal is softened. Okay, this is my coconut milk coming to a boil. I'm gonna add some butter, margarine, or whatever you want. I like mine to have a lot of this margarine or butter, depending on what you're using with the coconut milk. And you can even make the coconut milk and just use all butter. Okay, if you have a good flavor of butter, and you're somebody when I want in and nothing with coconut milk or of the kind, you can just use it with just all butter. So I'm just trying to dissolve my butter in this coconut milk. Yeah. So I've tasted and my flavor is on point. The garlic is kicking, and that's what I want. Okay. So now here I am on not too much of a I eat, and I'm putting in my cornmeal, all moistened. Yeah, I don't want a dry cornmeal in there. If it go give me a lump or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to use this spoon at this point. So this is what it looks like, smooth and nice. Yeah, and I'm gonna turn my flame down at this point. Okay, this is it. Everything is good. And I'm gonna be just spinning it around. Now, the name of this dish is Tun Cornmeal. Some people say turn. You wanna say turn? Fine. Tun for me, okay? And I think in the restaurants or other countries they call it polenta or something, or they give it all a different name. For me, Tun Cornmeal. The name that it has, look at this. That's what it does. So you see how smooth it is? Yeah. This is not porridge, this is past porridge state. So I've turned it down, I've got it so low, very lowest like you have it on. You're treating this like a rice, okay? So every now and then, for the next half an hour, I'll be coming to turn this. And I know I have enough, I may have enough. But I want you to understand that cornmeal is something that expands. The more water it takes, the more it expands. Depends on how you want it. If you want it soft, if you want it like pluck out, or if you want it dry, it's up to you. Okay, so I'll be coming every now and then, and I'll be coming to turn on this low heat, and when it starts steaming, I'll show you. I'll come back and I'll show you. In the next clip, we're going to be seasoning up our fish, and we are going to put them for start dry. Remember, it's supposed to be covered. Right here, I got me this skillet here, and I have 2 pegs of smashed garlic in there. I'm using that to flavor my oil. Right here, I've got my fish all clean and all of that. I want to get them as dry as possible. I've got here a little salt and black pepper. If you want to use other stuff, you can go ahead. So whilst my oil preheats, I'm just gonna be rubbing my fish steaks with my salt and my little black pepper to the side and all of that and so forth, because we're gonna make a gravy to gravy down these into with some lots of onion all smothered over. So I'm waiting on my oil. I like to have them dry, get a better fry, all of that. So basically I've seen me done this before. So next patient right here, I'll administer the same treatment. Next clip. My garlic is like that, and my pot is still need to be heated a little more. I don't want my garlic burning up and all of that. I don't. I actually don't. I just want them to get that little, you know, because I'll be returning them to my gravy. So for me, this is good. I remove my garlic pieces. Very gently now. I'm going to be playing out my 2 little pieces of fish. I didn't remember to get them in remember I told you the last time to get them in, but I did not remember this time to use the food fish. Okay, we're going to let them fry. We don't want these to get them. So I let them fry until they are brown, and when I'm ready to turn, I'll come back. At this point, I want to show you my cornmeal. I have my thing up high. I want, you know, I've iced the pot. I've got my pot up higher. Now it's about time for me to be turning this cornmeal. I'll be doing this, and as you see, I turn. You see my few little raisins in there. I've gotten my salt. I'm getting my flavor already. So look at this. This is how I'm doing it. This is what it is. That's how you do it. Each time you come, you turn it, and that's why they call it Tun Cornmeal. The Jamaican Creole language, that's how we call it Tun Cornmeal. You do this for about 30-35 minutes, 40 the most. It's not done in a hurry and all of that. I'll catch you in the next clip. We're back at you. My fish, they have been properly fried, and you see there's this fund in there. We got a little grease leaf back. I'm gonna render down these onions. This is like about 1.5 of a medium onion. And I'm gonna get my flame up on high, and I'm gonna be rendering off these onions. I make them cook in other gravy. I pick up all of the fish fun, the fish flavor. I also at this point can put back my 3 little pieces of garlic, because the onion is there to prevent them from burning. So pick up all of this. It's so hot, I don't want to take any chance with it. See, open it up, so you want to make sure you take care that you don't burn up the fish then. With the fan, no burn up in it, and you know burn up no whole heap of garlic and all them something that in it. So this is, I'm gonna leave it covered. This is an open skillet, it doesn't come with a cover, so I'm gonna use a cover to let it stay there and sort. Yeah, cook down. In other news, we'll be looking at our Tun Cornmeal, and this is what it looks like. And I know people might ask, how do you know when your cornmeal is turned or it done? You see, when you turn it over, it's almost coming off this. Yeah, it has become light and fluffed up. You see how fluffy it is? Yeah, it has become light, so we might have another 2 to 3 minutes on this. And you see those nice little raisins in there, how plump they have become. You can remove your scallions, you can have them, and all of that. So you see that? Look at that. Let me show you. Well, you go to the other videos, and when you go there, you'll see I have videos of Tun Cornmeal that I've done probably about 6 years ago. And I've done maybe another or two in between. I show you how at the end of it we get the infamous bun. I won't show that in this one. So okay, so you turn it over, and as soon as you turn it over, you see how it is just coming off the spoon. So as soon as it starts coming off the spoon and it's extra clean, and you can see the spoon, you know it's properly done. You see this? You see each time you turn it over, it just fluff. So in another few minutes, our Tun Cornmeal is ready. Those raisins are just calling somebody. Next clip. My onions are halfway there, and I'm putting some scallion, scotch bonnet, and a little of this other thyme. I can't remember the name of it. Get it down on the low. Catch you then. Time for me to hit this with about a quarter cup of this apple cider vinegar of your choice. Give it a stir, and at this time you're supposed to have something to protect your drapes, your ears, see them, that little vent, not taking them something here. Yeah, we might need a little more of this vinegar. Yeah, it's on the low. Onions. This vinegar at this point will help the onions to get more softened. As you see, I put the vinegar, it gets more softened. You see that? Gonna get some pimento seeds and return. Few pimento seeds right in. So the onions have all absorbed all of that. Maybe about 2 tablespoons or less of water at this point. I'm going to make a gravy. Continue to give it stirs, and the onion is still continuing to break down. Putting in some tomato paste, or if you want some ketchup, do your thing. If you have ketchup, but we have a lot of ketchup police here, so we have tomato paste. But you do what you want to do. Dissolve it. Remember to dissolve your tomato paste when you put it in there. You see everything is coming like to a smothered look. Yep. Soy sauce with Worcestershire, whatever you have at this point. You want to get a little of that in there. Yeah? Get your flame down to the lowest and all of that. I'm going to put some oyster, of course. Give it a nice little gig. I'm going to put a little. This will represent my soy or my Worcestershire or anything you have. Fish and meat, anything. Mix in and get to your desired color, or you want it to look. If you want it to get it darker, you get it darker. If you have fish stock at this point, I ain't got any, so I'm gonna put some more water. And you're gonna leave it to come to a boil. Yeah, make sure everything is dissolved. Taste for yourself for perfection. Wanna add a little cumin. You want to add the more garlic, of course I'll be adding some. If you would like to add some black pepper, do your thing, baby. Cumin. Adding a little cayenne, not a lot, fish, and you know we put like a scotch in there already, not a lot, and all of that. If you want to put other stuff, you go ahead and put your stuff. So this is it. Catch you then. Simmering. We're gonna add our fish pieces now. And at this point, you want to just gently make sure you fire fish them crispy enough. Just take up a little And just have it over it, that it absorbs this. If your sauce gets too tangy, depending what you use, you can add a little honey, a little brown sugar, a little something will have a little sweetness to it, you know. So you want to get some of this sauce here on top of these fish slices. I remember I said you can use all fish. I use this because this may have, this may can afford at this point. So do what you can use fish fillet, you can use whatever kind of fish, any kind of fish. Once the fish is properly, you know, fried, once it's crispy and all of that, you see how it holds up in this nice smothered sauce. Yeah man, so you want to make this stay there. Give it another 2 to 3 minutes, cover it. And then when you see me next, we're going to plate up. Cornmeal done already, next clip.
There you have it, cooking from my kitchen to yours, from my Jamaican kitchen to your family table, to your plate, and most of all to your stomach. It is Tun Cornmeal with smothered brown stew fish, and we did serve it up with a little callaloo just for you. Thanks for watching, thanks for loving, thanks for supporting. I'll catch you again with another video.